City. What a clash of titans.
It's a good game. It's a good game.
I like that Paul chose this. I feel like you made a good decision there, Paul.
Yeah. So the first thing that I want to talk about the game is four main things that are based on community requests, community feedback that we got after FIFA 14. First of all, last year it was the first year of a new console generation, Xbox One, PlayStation 4. And it was a tough year in order to be able to build like a AAA game with tons of content that with Gen 4 specific things as well, that the power of Gen 4 in terms of processing power, memory allows us to do things that we couldn't do in the past. But this year, what we wanted to do is bring one of those community requests that was PC. The same version of PC is the version that is on PS4 and on Xbox One.
So really pushing that edge of what can be done with the best processors, the best systems out there.
Yeah, it's bringing the Ignite engine into PC as well, and having that parity with the consoles, with the premium consoles. The second piece of feedback is goalkeepers. Goalkeeper is something that when I was here in the press conference in Gamescom, and so it was all the time. So every year I was going through forums and reading fix the keepers. The reality is that on the dev team, so we had a vision for the keepers that was bringing like a real authenticity, making the keepers stand out and making as a real life counterpart. But the goalkeepers is one of the most difficult positions, most difficult things to achieve in terms of artificial intelligence.
Yeah.
Because basically, if you have a bad pass with a defender, striker, so you forgive that because it's not a critical position. But you do something wrong with the keeper, what do you want to do? Throw the controller through the window?
Yeah, it can be frustrating, of course.
And so bottom line, we need a lot of processing power to achieve our vision for the keepers. And when Gen 4 came into play, we said, okay, this is our opportunity to really realize that vision. So it took us 2 years to get to the point where we are in FIFA 15 with goalkeepers. We rewrote them from scratch, and if they are really super realistic in the sense of goalkeeper reactions, so they keep the momentum safe. They can change decision making on the fly. So if the keeper is like launching a diving save, and suddenly there is a deflection, so they can start try to correct that save to try to save that goal. Things that were not possible before for the processing power that requires that. Much better AI as well in terms of deciding if they can catch or if they need to clear the ball. And overall you see as well new goal opportunities, new ways to score. So like tunnel goals, because we are tracking the proper reaction time between the different limbs or the legs, the arms. And it really brings goalkeeper to that next generation feeling, next generation level. Another piece important from feedback from the community that we wanted to address is team management. So team management for us, it wasn't touched for many years, but team management, what we're doing is doing a user interface that is much more intuitive. It's not only about user interface and making like a pretty graphic. So Paul is accessing now team management. So that's what we see, a new user interface, better ways for comparing the players. But we have formations as well, roles. But I want to stop in what are the player instructions. So this is an addition to team management where for each position on the field, so you can specify how you want those players to behave within the pitch, within your formation or your desired way of playing. So even if you have the same lineup, the same formation, the same goals, you can come to the player instructions and make your team play in many different ways. So it adds a new level of authenticity and a new level of depth into managing your team.
So I'm seeing here for like the attacking runs, there's these three icons at the bottom, or the three dots. You're basically increasing how much their onus will be on that.
Yeah, you tell that player how you want Sturridge in this case to behave. So you want
great player, by the way. Great player.
For attacking runs, so you want him to get behind the defenders, or you want him to be a target man. For support runs, how you want to behave. For defensive pressing, how you want him to behave. So you have a lot of different variety of instruction for each player, And as I mentioned, so it adds a new level of depth for those guys that are super deep into managing a team. The other thing that allows team management for us as well is addition of team sheets. So what is team sheets? A lot of people, when they play career mode, so they have a cup game, then it comes like a league game that is not as important, a league game that is super important, and they're all the time going and changing formation, changing the players because they want to rest the guy, and it's super time consuming in FIFA 14. So what we're doing now in 15 is adding the team sheets. So all these different combination of instruction, formation, roles, etc., you can save it as a team sheet. So you can have up to 6 team sheets per team. So when you're, for example, in career mode, you can say, okay, this is my cup team, this is my team B, this is my team A. So all these predefined teams that you can create to allow you a much more variety and convenience when you're playing the game. Fourth piece of feedback, and here we're getting to a licensing stuff, is a Turkish league. So it was probably of the leagues that we had missing last year. It was the most requested league, the Turkish league. So we a lot of effort we put into it, and we finally are able to get the Turkish league back.
Wow,
into FIFA.
very cool.
Yeah, it's the 18 teams of the Turkish league, so it's amazing for us. Those are the main things, but I want to talk about some other stuff. So we have so much stuff within the game this year. Let me talk to you a little bit about the visuals.
Yeah, it looks stunning. Even in this, obviously, I understand this isn't the finished product, but already now this looks phenomenal.
Yeah, one of the key aspects for visuals this year is that we are introducing a new technology that is physically based rendering. So physically based rendering, what it is modeling how the light travels in real life, like a physical simulation of the light. And that allows us to have a much more integrated environment. So it looks beautiful, it looks really beautiful. But what we're seeing as well here on screen, so you see the pitch that there are some foot marks that here and there. So the pitch gets degraded over time. And
so you actually see some deterioration of the pitch.
Exactly. And
brilliant.
And it's not random. So we're actually tracking every single footstep, every single slide, and what is the strength of that footstep and slide. So it really feels amazing. So it feels like a real world, real life game. And in case of the Premier League as well, so what we're having in the game are the 20 stadiums of the 20 teams that are on the Premier League 14-15 season. That's outstanding for us. Not only that, so we're adding, we have a technology for scanning the faces of the players, and then they become the players of the game. So we're adding more than 200 players or scan heads, how we call them, from the Premier League. That's something impressive. The amount of content, the amount of assets that we're adding this year is impressive. We also got the Premier League overlays, as you see. So it's a complete package from the Premier League that is outstanding for us. So you see the AdWords as well, that are the AdWords that each club has in the stadium as well. And we're adding tons of content in terms of chants from the crowds, and really integrating everything. So the commentary, the crowd, the players, how the players react. So it's kind of emotional intelligence now. So we are tracking emotion for each player, and each player has an attitude towards every other player on the pitch. So that allows us to have like a player interactions on how are they feeling towards each other. So imagine that you're playing a football game with your buddies, with your mates, and maybe with some you're happy with some you are not so happy with, and you have these gestures towards them during the entire game. And you see that in real life as well, in real life football. And that's what we're adding. So really making a game that feels like the real thing, feels like a real football. And overall, so it's all over the pitch, everywhere. It's a fantastic game. It's really a fantastic game of football, and we love it. But the one thing...
Congratulations, by the way, Paul. That was well played, sir.
Flag physics.
Yeah, we have the corner flag.
And I also feel that it was quite just to do it with Lallana, because I feel like, he's a big purchase for me.
Welcome to the side, right?
Yeah, really big purchase for the summer. Well spotted, good guy. It's a shame he didn't have a better World Cup.
Yeah, we're here in Germany. I'm Argentinian, and it's not tough. So I have nothing against Germany. I think they deserve winning the World Cup. and fantastic team. And we just had Christopher Kramer come in.
Okay.
Like, you know, the guy who got the concussion during the World Cup final.
Yep.
So he just played FIFA with us.
Oh, brilliant.
And look, he was really pleased about us as well. But the main feedback that we have from the game in terms of gameplay is responsiveness. So responsiveness is not something that comes as it's not a casual thing. So we put a lot of effort this year into make the game super responsive. So we added new running cycles, we changed the dribbling system, we added what we call physically correct contact, that what we're doing is simulating exactly every touch, every contact of the boots with the ball. So we keep the momentum of the ball, so every touch keeps the momentum, it's not as being reset. And all of this makes a game that is much more responsive, a game where when you pass the ball, it really feels like the real thing. It's a fantastic game of football. And now we're talking just about the visual aspect, some of the presentation aspect, gameplay aspect, but it's not only that. Like, a lot of work is coming on the game modes as well. Our most important game mode is FIFA Ultimate Team.
Okay.
Like, many people play Ultimate Team, and I'm pretty sure that the people watching here on Twitch TV are really wanting to know, okay, what's new in Ultimate Team? So I'm going to tell 3 of the new things that we are incorporating into Ultimate Team. One of those is lone players. Like, a lot of the core audience of Ultimate Team really wonder, so what is it to play with a Messi? What is it to play with a Neymar? So it's so difficult to go to a transfer market or opening a pack and get one of those players. So we're introducing these lone players that as soon as you start FIFA 15, your Ultimate Team campaign, let's call it, you get a lone player to really play with one of those guys and to have what it is to have a Messi on your team. But then you can unlock players using the Football Club catalog. But for the new, let's say, new gamers that are coming into Ultimate Team, so it's not that they just get bronze players that probably they don't know who they are, so they also get one of these lone players, good players that they feel familiar with, and they can start the campaign in a more meaningful way. In addition to that, we're adding friendly seasons into Ultimate Team, so there was no way to play with a friend using an Ultimate Team. Well, with friendly seasons, you can do it now in FIFA 15. And we're also adding what we call concept squads. Many people, so one of the beauty of Ultimate Team is that you assemble these teams where you need to see, okay, what are the players that have the best chemistry to boost their attributes, and that's how you play. Sometimes it was difficult to really search what was the best combination of players depending on the criteria that you were going after. Well, with concept squads, you can try all of that. So you can try any teams that you want and see how it changes. So if you don't want I don't know, replace Messi for an Agüero and see how it feels. So you cannot play with that team, but what you can do is basically share that with a friend, get feedback, and then go after into a transfer market to those players. So fantastic things for Ultimate Team. The changes on team management is what benefits, in particular, career mode. But in career mode, we're doing a lot of things in terms of player growth, in terms of the transfer market, in sending scouts automatically in global transfer network, many things to make the experience much better. In terms of presentation, we think
another nice goal, by the way, quickly, Paul. I have to give credit where it's due.
Poor Man City, though. Wrong side. That was some of the new goalkeeper animation, though.
So career mode is a lot of the work in terms of presentation. The commentators, we have a new technology in audio, a new stitching technology. So what is stitching? Imagine that you are going on the train and suddenly you hear the next station is whatever. So that's stitching. So it's the next station is, and then space, whatever. They stitch all the stations with the first part of the audio. So we have a new stitching technology that is not just cutting on spaces, but cutting in the middle of words.
Okay.
These allow us to have a really huge variety of speech within the game, and it's impressive. So you're hearing in career mode, for example, the talking about the different games, the upcoming games, the past games, giving the entire lineup at the startup of the game. So it really brings everything together and it feels super immersive. In terms of on other online game modes, on clubs, we have new tools for scouting virtual pros. We have new customization options. You can choose new celebrations, the finishing moves. You can choose your posture when you're going to take free kicks.
Oh, cool.
Like many things. And there is one thing that we're adding that I'm super excited about, that it's inspired a bit on first-person shooters. You know, when you play shooters and at the end of the session you have a countdown and then you're like right into the next session. Well, we're doing that in football this time.
Okay.
So you're with your team, you finish the match, and then there is a countdown, and at the end of the countdown you get automatically match-maked with somebody, with some other team.
Brilliant.
So really fantastic things in terms of clubs. In seasons there is a similar mechanic, but instead of just having a countdown, you have just a play next match button. So it really reduces a lot of friction, and it allows you to do what you care the most within the game, that is playing the game. So not dealing with loading times or wasting time around. So many things that we are super excited, and there is one new thing that we're introducing that we're calling Match Day Live. So we're using primarily goal.com, but we have also FIFA.com, MLSsoccer.com as providers, like news providers. So you have a new tab when you enter FIFA where you get the latest headlines for your favorite club.
Oh, wow.
So it's fantastic. Like so today when we were turning on the machines, it was really great looking about seeing the news about Dortmund win from yesterday.
Yep.
It is fantastic. So it's truly amazing, like really blurring that line between what is the real world of football and the game. So we're super excited about that.
And blurring and making that connection feel like it's more the same universe almost.
Exactly. That's what we care. So we care a lot about that. So, you know, FIFA is not about just getting the disc one day and we forget about it. So we really run FIFA as a service, like all season long with the updates, squad updates, with the formation updates, who's injured, who's not injured. And now having these news headlines, it really makes that integration even better, that service taken to the next level. So many things. We are really excited. But as I mentioned, so if you ask me what are my favorite things of FIFA this year...
It sounds like there's a lot that you guys have been thinking about, a lot of tweaking and really putting forward. Let me ask the question, what's the one that gets you really excited?
For me, it's responsiveness. Like, it's truly the responsiveness, because it really makes a game that is much more fun to play, and you don't want to stop playing. You really don't want to stop playing. And then, so I can continue going on and on with this. Then the visual aspect of the game, the visual leap from 14 to 15, it's amazing. And many times where we were like having some sneak peeks of the game, people were like, they didn't know that it was FIFA. They were like just looking into a game and saying, hey, what game is playing? And it was a game of FIFA. This is another, Paul just skipped it. But it was another new thing that is a highlights package.
Okay.
So what we're doing in the highlights package, so before we were displaying the goals and some missed shots, but now it has a much better integration because it displays situations like shirt pulling, it displays like the players reacting to each other, the gestures. So it really tells the story of the match with a higher production value, the letterbox, the fine grain.
Okay, very cool.
It's everything. So, you know, we have all our team. It's super excited about football. Everyone is super passionate, and to make a better game everywhere, to make a super quality game, and that's what we aim for. You know, so we all love football. We know that our gamers love football as well. They love a quality game, and our effort year on year is producing that a quality game that everyone can enjoy.
Very cool. It sounds very cool. I'm wondering if we're going to get to see the highlight package after the... Oh, almost.
Paul is trying with
There's
a draw.
not too many highlights here, got to be honest.
But you can look here, so we can officiate as commentators. So you can see there the adverts at Liverpool. also from Anfield, this stadium.
Oh,
New
good try,
animations
Paul.
over there. So the crowd reacting. Something that is truly amazing, that we really are paying a lot of attention is to capture the right moments on when the chants are chanted, actually. Like when you hear, like for the Liverpool fans, when they hear "You Never Walk Alone,"
Yeah.
you know, it's you get chicken skin is how I call it.
Yeah.
And
Goosebumps.
yeah.
Chicken skin. I love it. I love it. I love it. That's brilliant.
Because
I might use that. I might borrow that one.
that's amazing, and that's the beauty of football. You know, I used to go home and away for my football team everywhere before, like I started working on FIFA and focus on this. But so the team understands what is football, and we understand that all the crowds are different. All the crowds are super passionate, and you want the most authentic experience there. But yeah, you put this in surround sounds, and it feels amazing. It truly feels amazing. So Paul is now going to finish first half of extra time, and we're going to get the
Paul's doing a
highlights
great
package.
job.
So there it is. And so the highlight package comes with music in the background as well, and with the goal scored, like the commentator interjects saying, "Oh, and this is the goal score." And there are some other things that we're doing for our. So we have new commentators for Italy as well. Many things here and there, but Paul, you're not a good representative of the team today.
It didn't bring it up.
It should bring it up at the end of the end, right? I'm thinking.
Yeah. It doesn't do it at halftime of extra time.
We'll get our wish to see it.
But yeah, so we're very excited, and the feedback that we got so far is really, really
Oh
good.
no, Paul! That was unfortunate. Goalie spilling that. Oh, that was pain. You can see the heartache on that goalie.
And look at the fidelity of the faces, of showing the crowd celebrating. The lighting is fantastic.
Yep.
Look at the grass, how it feels with the
really unfair.
deterioration.
That's the correct context coming into play there, though. Normally that ball would have went out of play. Took the spin, and he had a chance to finish it there.
Those are the reactions, you know, showing the emotions.
That's great, especially with the camera kind of in and out of focus. It feels very, very epic. Come on, Paul. All I can say is you've got to do Liverpool proud now.
Yeah, it seems like real life. Man City winning the title at the end.
Mihao, our director of pro gaming, he is a lifelong Liverpool fan, and he will be very grateful if you turn this around.
We'll see what we can do.
Well, 7 minutes left.
No pressure, no pressure.
And you're being attacked. So we have new mentalities as well, new team behaviors. What we call parking the bus.
I am familiar with this. I am familiar with the parking of the bus.
I heard that you're a Chelsea fan.
It's not our proudest moment, but you know, from time to time, and I think about, for example, being in the Nou Camp in the Champions League semi-final, a man down against the mighty Barcelona. Parking the bus worked pretty well on that night, so I'll take it.
It's a valid tactic, you know. Every tactic, every strategy is valid as long as it's fair play.
Yeah.
And if you're using that, so somebody else needs to know how to break it.
Yep.
And so we have parking the bus. We have all-out attack that basically is forgetting about the Jogo Bonito and having everyone populating the box to try to get a goal, no matter how. But it's not. These are not only things that you can do as a gamer. The CPU AI, or how we call it, so the artificial intelligence, if you're playing against a computer, they have a much more understanding of the context. That was a fantastic save. And they start using these mentalities. They start.
Keeper comes rushing up. This is it. This is the moment.
This is a fantastic moment.
This is the make or break, Paul. No pressure. Just Twitch and the internet watching you right now.
Come on, Mignolet.
Oh, come on.
It's okay, I'm hitting this. Oh.
That was unfair.
Yeah.
But yeah, look at the grass, is beautiful.
Yeah, that's phenomenal.
I keep seeing that, and I'm amazed. Every day, every time I watch like a game of FIFA, it's like how good it looks. I'm impressed, but I'm not the guy who should be saying this.
That's really good. I feel like it wasn't the ult. Oh, here's your
Here we
highlight.
have the highlights package that tells the story of the match. So you get kickoff in this case, some rough play over there. Oh, that was kind of painful. But yeah, having more production value, and it's something that is worth watching, really. So you can really appreciate all the different things. You can see the blades of grass there, how they bend. The reaction, congratulating the keeper. That's the emotional intelligence that we're talking about.
It looks phenomenal.
Missed opportunity over there. Reactions from company. Some shell pulling that happened during the game. That's a new feature as well, the shell pulling.
And I love all those markings that you see there on the field of where people have gone to ground, slides, etc. The kind of the scars of the match.
It's everything. So it's everything. Every single detail. Some people, like when I was reading the forum, like some people saying, "Hey, you have a goal line, the goal decision system. So what is that? Is that a gimmicky feature?" It's not a gimmicky feature. So it's the attention to detail matters a lot. So when you do attention to detail everywhere, all over the game, what you get is a complete experience, and you get wowed all the time. So you're in a 100th game, 200th game, and you're still seeing new things, new animation, new goals, new details, and you're like, wow. So when you score a goal and you feel that rewarding satisfaction, rewarding moments, is when you feel really good about a game, when you feel really good about a game of football, and that's what you get with FIFA. It's a really good experience, really good game of football, super responsive, and with top-notch graphics, top-notch visuals, and what is important, like an immersion and attention to detail all season long.
Brilliant. And now we're having a look